Day 2. Tex gets his mojo on. Oh. Dial M for Moron.
Following our first lead and we get ourselves caught in a laser net. All in a day's work, right?
Smart Alex had a point, but I wasn't going to let him have the satisfaction of knowing so.
Okay, I know
There
he's
was one
called
good thing
Smart
about
Alex,
spending hours stuck in a
but
laser net. You've got time to think.
I don't care. I'm just gonna call him Tom Servo.
Killed him. And what kind of surveillance was he doing right across from my apartment?
I don't know.
And what's in the metal canister?
I don't know.
Have 7 years really passed without me remembering it?
Okay, that one,
Is it
yeah.
related to my head injury or the injection mark on my arm?
Probably one of those two. That is a really tiny laser net. What's up, dude? For a second there, that kind of looked like Alec Baldwin. I'm still pretty sure I've seen that actor in other things.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Well, I think you missed a hell of a party.
Party?
Yeah, you're here in time for the laser show.
I wouldn't do that. I was here to meet Carlos Maldonado. Is that you? Or him?
Look, I just stumbled onto this little nightmare, and I need to find out who this guy was and what he was doing. I'm a PI, and I assume this guy is Maldonado. My name's Murphy. Who are you?
Mason said Maldonado was a PI. Were you working with Mason too?
I don't know.
I'll be honest. I don't know if I was working for Mason or not. Actually, I'm having severe memory problems here, so anything you can tell me about Maldonado or Mason or what's in the cryo chamber here would be greatly appreciated.
Or
I
not.
set off an alarm when I came in here.
God damn it.
I don't usually do this kind of thing. I was just trying to help Mason. He said, come in here.
God
find
damn
the
it, person.
PI, get the cryo chamber, and keep it safe.
Hey, I found that first.
Slow learner. You have to find Mason. I think he's in big trouble with bad people. I don't know why. He's a neurologist, for God's sake. But you have to promise me that if I let you go, you won't come after me. You'll find Mason.
Oh, I promise. My fingers are so frozen I can't cross them.
Okay. No. Let me go. Let me go.
If your memory problems are part of all this, Mason is the only one who can help you. So you need to find him and bring him back safe just as much as I do. I'll be in contact soon.
Okay. Hang on, did he just flip
Man,
him
those
off?
cops are getting close, but I don't want to leave this place without a clue. That might come in handy.
Strictly speaking, I would never encourage anyone to break the law, but
That
the
is-
sirens are getting awfully close, and a life sentence for a machine can last a very long time. So move!
As I try to make my great escape down the ladder, I find two officials waiting to greet me.
What's up?
Hello, boys.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy, what were you doing in there?
Well, it's a little hard to
Oh, you know the drill.
I was really trying to get my hands on that surveillance equipment. Maybe I could see exactly what happened to me. Now the only way I'll find it is if New San Francisco's finest decides to play ball with me. I don't know why they'd start now, but I'd better polish up on the old Murphy charm.
Whether you're a mutant or a normal, San Francisco is our home.
That's racist.
Be a part of the solution to crime. You see something suspicious, please report to the SF.
Make it quick, Murphy. I got about a million things to do. And wasting time on you ain't one of them.
Didn't take you long to get in trouble, did it? You here to turn yourself in?
I don't know. I'll go with common courtesy.
Well, first of all, no. And second of all, Danwich, you know me. You didn't have to send your goons down to get me. If you wanted me to come down, just ask me.
I'm surprised you remember me.
So am I. I'm actually surprised.
I may not have told anyone this before, but you're actually my favorite patrolman.
In case you didn't get the memo, I head up the department now. And things aren't as loosey-goosey as they were under Malden.
Okay. Press for information about Chelsea.
Well,
That's-
I hope you're more helpful than he used to be. Look, I know this is going to sound pretty crazy, but hear me out. This morning, I wake up with a massive head injury and an injection mark on my arm. No idea how I got either one of it. Then I talk to a few people. I find out I can't remember anything over the last 7 years.
You're right, it does sound crazy. But go on.
I love the deadpan
The thing it
there.
is, my last memory is of me and my lady friend getting shot.
Your lady friend, that was, Chelsea Bando?
Yeah. You know that.
Well, I know your burned-out speeder was found a few weeks later with Miss Bando's DNA inside of it.
What? It is true. Chelsea's dead.
Closed the case. Though a few of us thought something didn't feel quite right about it.
What do you mean?
Well, the scene was too staged. But I'm not saying Chelsea isn't dead.
Oh, good. Yeah.
The last time anyone saw her was with you at the Golden Pagoda.
What are you saying? I was a suspect?
You were, in fact. I'd have to look at the case. You were cleared at some point.
Can I look at the case file?
No.
Yeah, you know you can't, so don't even ask. Look, Murphy, I feel for you. But it was a long time ago. Chelsea was pronounced legally dead, and there's no evidence to believe otherwise. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Did you ever catch the guy who shot us?
No arrest. Somebody high up on the chain locked that case down and threw away the key.
Dick.
Even if I wanted to see the file, I'd have to pull some strings.
What can you do to help me out here? I mean, until I see something or get some information, I'm just not going to be able to believe that Chelsea's gone.
I'm sorry, Murphy, I really am. If you can find me some new clues on the case, I'll do what I can to get it reopened. That's the best I can do for you.
Come on, look at that face. You gotta trust that face.
No. I don't believe it. My gut tells me she's still alive. But I'll find out one way or the other. So why is it you think I came down here to turn myself in?
Well, we just found you at a crime scene with a dead body.
Yeah, that's fair.
That dead body happens to be Carlos Maldonado, a PI working the same neighborhood as you. Is that your way of intimidating the competition?
I don't know. I don't even know who this guy is.
The name Maldonado means nothing to me. And I insist that you give me a polygraph test to prove it.
I was just reviewing your file when you came in.
Is that a lot? Because it looks like a lot.
August 2047. Beek Nariz, NSFPD informant. Beaten and hospitalized after providing information about Tex Murphy. Nariz refuses to identify his assailant. No charges ever filed. November 2048. Surveillance video shows suspected extortionist Jen Lee leaving the Golden Pagoda with Tex Murphy, never to be seen again. The case remains unsolved. Shall I go on? In the past few years, you've gained quite a reputation for yourself. You've got New San Francisco's criminal underbelly running scared.
I don't know anything about it. I'll go with honest.
I can honestly say that I have absolutely no memory of any of these crimes. I mean, I'll take a polygraph test if you want.
We arrest criminals so they could be tried in a court of law. We don't just kill them, and I won't tolerate vigilantism. If you didn't kill Maldonado, what were you doing then?
He
So woken
was
by gunshots. I was just trying to find out
he
what
was
was
spying
happening.
on me.
I followed the trail and saw that Maldonado had surveillance equipment aimed at my office. I want to find out what he recorded.
Who cares what he recorded? If you're such an upstanding citizen, you've got nothing to hide, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what just happened to me.
Look, I got jumped last night. I've got no idea who did it. I think there might be something on the surveillance tape. And if you can tell me what happened, I think I can help you on this case. Deal?
I rarely make deals, and I don't need to make one with our only person of interest. Any more questions?
Well, I got a list of other questions. I can't ask him about the latter.
I know Maldonado was a dirtbag.
Okay.
But unless it's in
Good.
self-defense, killing somebody, even a dirtbag, is a crime and will be prosecuted.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Talk about Taylor.
She's an investigative reporter at the Bay City Mirror, one of the less obnoxious ones.
Everyone loves the laments.
As
Chelsea.
far as the coroner and the commissioner were concerned, finding Chelsea's remains in your speeder were enough to pronounce her legally dead.
Uh-huh. Alright.
That whole neighborhood seems to attract more than its fair share of trouble.
Have you heard anything about an abduction?
I have no evidence of an abduction, just a dead body and only one person of interest. It might be in your best interest if you could find out what happened.
And what do you got to say about me?
I'm not sure what to think of you, Murphy.
Okay. Alright. See ya.
That encrypted memory stick probably has some useful information on it.
Oh, great advice. If you could help me break it, then I'd be impressed. Guess I'll have to see if anyone else on the street can break it for me.
So, well, why not check the electronics shop?
Rumor is Zach Williams, owner of the electronics shop, is tied to organized crime. We've had our problems in the past. For example, the last time I was here, he shot my credit card into 1,000,000 pieces. I'm hoping he's in a little better humor today and doesn't blow my brains out.
Well,
Worse.
let's find out.
Okay, I don't want any trouble.
Okay, neither do I.
Well, just so I'm clear, what kind of trouble are you not wanting?
Everyone knows what happens to people who get on your bad side. Only one reason you ever come in here, and it ain't to buy anything. You know all our stuff is junk.
Investigate, maybe?
I just want to know what's going on upstairs.
Look, the guys upstairs don't want any trouble either. They said you can have whatever you want at cost. You can even put it on credit. Then I'll just tear up the bill.
No, I'm talking about...
Oh, I'm not talking about your bosses. I'm talking about the guy upstairs, the, dead one.
Look, I know how much you hated Maldonado, and I probably shouldn't have let him use the second floor. But he was paying cash, and he kept a low profile. So I thought it was all good. I didn't know what he was doing up there, and I didn't want to know.
Humble brag?
Well, I didn't kill Maldonado, although I could have, if that's what you're thinking.
I wasn't thinking anything except what I could do to help, so you won't hurt me.
Okay. What
Let's
about
just
you?
leave me out of this, okay?
Or not. What about
Sure, Maldonado was
Maldonado?
a creep, but his money spent just the same. He said he needed to do a stakeout of the Ritz. Didn't mention any specific names. Didn't sound like a big deal, and he was offering a good chunk of change.
Do you know the name Mason?
I think he's the one who came by to check in on Maldonado. Must have been a client. Don't know anything else about him.
Can you do something about
I
this?
sell
memory
items to
stick?
customers, not purchase them.
Okay, apparently you can.
Sorry to hear about that. Is that what turned you into Mr. Badass?
Probably. You know. Girlfriend's death, you know. Okay, Texas memory loss.
All I know is you ain't the same guy that came slinking in here 7 years ago.
What do you got to say about Louis?
I do love Louie's cooking up. Just don't ask what's in it and you'll be fine.
3 cards to midnight.
That place opened up a couple of months ago. Doesn't look like my kind of joint.
And the Ritz.
You live there, so I'm not gonna say a thing about it.
Okay. Do you know anything about the abduction?
I told the cops I wasn't here, which is technically true. I just parked out back when I heard the gunshots. So I just started the engine right back up and got the hell out.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You the man, okay? We good?
Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Well, that wasn't helpful. What about this place? 3 cards to midnight. Nope, that place is closed.
Chelsea's newsstand is completely abandoned. I need to find out what happened to Chelsea.
Okay, so,
Behind Rook's pawn shop is a dirty, ugly alcove that reminds me a lot of Rook himself.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and grab a few things that took me a while to actually
Rook's the
find.
little gremlin who runs the pawn shop. I've heard that his hard shell is hiding a heart of gold. But if it was, he'd cut it out himself with a rusty soup can lid.
Okay.
Murphy! Here, let me look at you. Louis told me something terrible has happened. I've been worried sick.
Let's just go with quick update.
Well, I appreciate the concern, but other than a weird case of amnesia, I'm fine.
But Louis says you're behaving like a totally different person.
Oh, apparently. There and back again?
Yeah,
I don't know.
according to Louis, I've turned into a real bastard over the last 7 years. I think losing my memories brought the old text back.
Oh, Lord. Please don't tell me that lump on your head has turned you back into the pathetic, pestering PI I used to know. This is a nightmare.
Okay, is it just me, or, like, with the facial hair and everything, does he look like Ebenezer Scrooge? Now I recognize him.
Now that's the Rook I know. For a minute, I thought you'd started carrying a song in your heart.
It's temporary, though, right? A side effect? Please tell me you'll be changing back.
Ah, humbug. Texmas Carol?
Well, one of these nights, you're going to get visited by 3 ghosts, and it's going to be very scary for you, but then we're going to have turkey and everything's going to be great.
Look, Murphy, I'll grant you have some detective skills, but it was all relentless, annoying banter and endless questions to me. Imagine my surprise when, over the past few years, you turned into someone I could actually tolerate.
Pulsed by the thought.
So are you saying that you and I were buddy-buddy? What kind of a jackass did I turn into?
You cut out all the chit-chat and became a no-nonsense customer who pays in cash. You always seem to have plenty of cash.
How did I get too much cash?
Okay, I'll cut the chit-chat. Just tell me where I come up with all this cash.
All my transactions are done in strictest confidence. That hasn't changed.
Okay. Seriously, a little help
I'm
here?
having a few rough days here, Rook, and all I'm trying to do is get my memory back. I could use a little help.
Fine. Though I don't know anything that could possibly explain what's happened to you. Believe me, I'd tell you if I did. Now I suppose this is where you ask if I mind answering a few questions. But this is not for old time's sake.
That's a lot of questions.
What is that?
Encrypted memory stick? Nope, never mind. Okay. You?
Next question.
Or not.
At least he
That
knows
guy.
how to keep his mouth shut.
I know a guy named Zach Williams.
Maldonado?
Maldonado?
He puts the PI in pig. I heard you two had something of a rivalry going on.
I don't know. Maybe. Mason
That's
Bowers?
the man you think was abducted? The one I saw being chased down the street?
I don't know, maybe.
I never heard his name before you told me.
Chelsea?
I'm sure you know much more about that than I. Some say you know exactly what happened.
I don't know anything. Memory loss?
Years ago, after Chelsea disappeared, you came to me looking for leads to some valuable items, among them a lost Fabergé egg. You left the street for a long time. When you returned to Chandler Avenue, you seemed like a different person, darker, more dangerous.
So I've heard. Hologram?
I understand you have a thing for holograms. Maybe she's just your type.
Nah, I don't think so. Louis?
A prince among men. Makes me wish I could still eat solid food.
See, even this guy loves Louis.
Louis' niece is an absolute delight. What she sees in you is an absolute mystery.
Okay, and Chelsea?
I knew she'd get nothing but trouble being with you. I
Did
went
Christ
there
Midnight?
once, never again. What with that herbal tea and incense, it's a veritable gas chamber. Oof.
And
Such an
Archie?
upbeat, chipper little man. Utterly obnoxious.
I still have no idea who Archie is.
I was
The
hoping
Ritz?
they would tear that flop house down. And they would have too if it weren't for that meddling Clint.
Again, I have no idea who Clint is. Abduction on
I heard a
Chandler.
commotion and saw a crazed man running willy-nilly down the street and two other men in pursuit.
Well, that... Going by my other questioning, that might be Mason Bowers.
You
Tex
became
Murphy?
a sullen, short-tempered bully. And I miss that desperately.